12-4, excuse me, with 8 knockouts. Where's that vulnerability? He has been subbed 3 times in his career. This could be exciting right from the start. Rumble Johnson is ready. Jake Rosholt's ready.
Both guys are 12-4. Somebody's 4 has got to go. Last thing that Jake Rosholt said to me is, Dale, it's going to be exciting.
Here we go. Between 2 guys fighting to get back on that path towards the UFC.
Rumble now in his second fight at 205. He fought last month up in Kansas City and really took the first round to kind of feel himself out. And, boy, he pounced on his opponent in the second round and ended it.
You mentioned how Jake had improved his stand-up, or at least Dale had been working on it. You see immediately, instead of trying to take it to the ground, he's ready to stand and trade with Rumble. Crowd is settling in after the excitement of the Navarro Longacre kickboxing bout, trying to catch their breath here in this first round. More calculated Rumble Johnson than we've seen in years past.
No, you're absolutely right. That's one thing that at times has gotten Rumble Johnson into trouble, sometimes a little bit reckless, but so far here early.
Ouch. You heard the cup pop on that. That was right in the batteries. And, you know, the fight so far, we've seen low kicks and boxing and a few fakes, but nobody's shot yet.
No, they haven't. Boy, Dale, you talked about Jake and some of the guys that have trained with him, and I don't know if you can have a better camp than what Anthony Rumble Johnson comes out of. I mean, look at the guys that have been there with the Black Zillions. I mean, you got Rashad Evans and, you know, Alistair Overeem and Roy Jones Jr. worked with those guys for a while. I mean, what a camp that is.
They do. But both guys are in great camps. Both guys are well prepared. And so far, I'm impressed with the stand-up and the boxing ability from both guys. And, again, there's a lot of respect between these 2 guys. They didn't talk any trash at the weigh-ins. There's no reason to. When you got a great fight and both guys are going to put it on the line, you don't got to talk trash to sell tickets. You just got to show up.
Absolutely. Take one more look at the low blow.
Ow. Yep.
You could hear the collective groans from the audience.
You could see read the mouth of Rumble Johnson. He said, damn, as he walked back. Watch the and Jake Rosholt is nodding in the corner.
I don't want to see it again.
I don't either. Let's move on, shall we? Rolling on in round 1. Rosholt not trying to shoot. Happy with standing and trading with Rumble here early on.
Continuing with those inside kicks from Rumble.
You already see a little bit of a redness around the right eye of Jake Rosholt. Rumble is an imposing figure. Big front kick by Rosholt. Jake, of course, fought in the very first Extreme Fight Night, lost. And, big front kick by Johnson.
Boy, back Jake up for a moment right there into the corner, and here goes Rumble trying for this takedown.
This is where Jake Rosholt's dangerous, too.
You got a little blood there on Jake's right eye.
And that redness has now opened up a bit.
I think that was from a Rumble Johnson left hand.
Boy, Rumble kind of carries that right hand just cocked back, and you know he's got some dynamite behind that.
You look in Jake Rosholt's corner. You see his brother Jared. He's coming off his first professional loss. Shane Roller is cornering him tonight as well. There are definitely a load of talent in his corner.
Team Takedown's an awesome team. It was a great idea and the great vision of Ted Earhart putting that group together. Great American wrestlers.
Well, Jake almost had a choke synced in there, but Rumble Johnson's head just slipped free.
Get the cut underneath the right eye of Jake Rosholt.
I think you're right, Dale. It definitely came from a left from Rumble. Closing moments here in round 1. That blood starting to stream off the face of Jake Rosholt, though. If you've been following Jake's career, there's not many fights whenever he doesn't maybe have a cut or a little blood. So he's definitely used to fighting with that as a
great stand-up, I think, by the referee there. They were in a bit of a stall.
Kevin Nick said, let's go, let's fight. Good body shot. Good job by Anthony Johnson to fight.
Jake seems to be looking to land the right hand, and Rumble is happy to stick that left out there.
5-minute rounds, the first of 3. Rumble showing some diversity here in this first round, and still surprised that we've seen either fighter, maybe more specifically Jake, try for a takedown at all. Big knee attempt.
Rumble's corner calling for a little bit more pressure.
Now Rosholt stalks. Both fighters still kind of feeling each other out. Good little left jab. Nice right by Rosholt. And a good combination to answer by Rumble.
Rumble attempts a single leg here, and Jake doing a good job maintaining his balance here.
Takedown defense has been solid by Rosholt. On the at least now 2 times we've seen where Anthony Rumble Johnson might be willing to take this thing to the ground.
You can see Jake here doing a good job of controlling his breathing. Taking some nice big deep breaths in.
This is a 3-round, 5-minute round fight. I think that that favors Rosholt a little bit. Nice elbows.
Pop, you were talking about the Black Zillions and the training of Rumble Johnson ever since he signed on with Glenn Robinson's Authentic Sports Management. And since they've kind of helped guide him become a different guy, a more focused guy.
No, really, he absolutely has, and you can definitely tell. He seems a little bit more patient. You brought that up earlier in this fight.
The old foot stomp. Haven't seen that one in a while.
Big knee to the thigh there, too. Rumble has done a good job using that so far in the first round. Final 10 seconds here of what has been a back-and-forth first round. Ooh, those knees to the inside of the thigh of Rosholt. Got to do some damage. And a long first round comes to an end, aided by the low blow that Rosholt took early on from Anthony Rumble Johnson. And 2 guys fighting for their careers, fighting for another shot in UFC. Dale, what'd you think of round 1? Who caught your eye?
I may have been a bit influenced because of the blood running out of the eye there, but I thought maybe Rumble might have landed enough left hands to steal that round, although it was close. But 2 great guys. I mean, if you want to talk about great individuals, class acts, Anthony Johnson's one of the nicest guys I've ever met, and so is Jake Rosholt. They're in a bitter fight here, and no one can take anything for granted. You got to get out here and win this second round.
Did it surprise you at all that Jake Rosholt didn't want to go to the ground, didn't try to take this to the ground?
No, not really. I think, Dale, the first round that we saw was more of a feeling out process between both of these guys here, and I would like to see what the strategy is coming out of the second round. And I know that Rumble Johnson was calling him to attack a little bit more. We'll see if he goes on the offensive here.
Here we go with round number 2, Jake Rosholt, Rumble Johnson. We get set for the second of a scheduled 3 rounds, 5-minute rounds, so a little longer. Big front kick by Rumble Johnson. He used that a couple of times.
Well, these guys are used to 5-minute rounds. That's what they've done all their career.
Rumble's landed a couple of nice kicks. Good combination there, and he caught that left jab. Oh, big knee attempt by Rosholt that misses.
Rumble has heavy roundhouse kicks, and Jake has a great knee.
That was the first time we saw Jake try to go in for a takedown.
Uh-oh.
Did we get a poke in the eye again? This will bring up memories of what's already happened in his career. Eye poke gate, July 19th of 2008 against Kevin Burns, a controversial loss. Of course, he eventually avenged that loss 5 months later. There's a contact right there. Sorry. As it knocked the contact.
Way to go, Chris.
Rumble
Johnny
Johnson.
on the spot with you pointing out the contact.
As we are sitting next to
Well, we've had an accidental foul from each side now.
So it looks like Rumble's going to be okay, just knock the contact out. A good chance for Jake Rosholt to rest as well.
Well, Dale, you bring up a
Oh,
good
big
point.
left by Rumble. Another big one.
I think Rumble just has heavy legs in general.
It's a big
Go
man.
with the combo. Rumble trying for the knee. Good combination of the body of Jake.
Oh, that
Crowd
left hand
moves on that one.
Rumble caught Rosholt right on the nose. And they almost tumble out of the ring.
Jake Rosholt.
Jake, he was on the verge of getting a great takedown there, and that was one of the instances where falling out of the ring helped Rumble.
The crowd did not approve of that. They felt like Rumble strategically found his way out of the ring. And again, Dale, for some guys, it's an adjustment. Jake Rosholt has fought in the ring several times. Rumble, probably not as much.
He hasn't in a few years, that's for sure.
That was the first small attempt at a takedown that we saw from Rosholt. First one so far.
Ooh, big uppercut attempt by Johnson. He missed
Oh,
it. Oh, he got him with the right.
Oh, that right
Jake
hand really
Rosholt's in
hurt
big
Jake
trouble.
Rosholt.
He's in big trouble in the corner.
Rumble Johnson just laying shots on him left and right.
Rosholt with a big knee to try to bounce back. Now he's running from Johnson. Jake with a combination from Rumble. This could be over. A big knee to the body. This isn't looking good, but Jake does a good job of holding his ground. There is blood pouring from above the left eye of Jake Rosholt.
Jake's doing the only thing that he can right here, right now, to be able to hang on to this one.
They're going to ask the doctor to come check his eye.
Oh, man, that is gruesome.
Boy, Jake took some vicious shots from Rumble Johnson, and when he saw his opening, he pounced. He landed 3 or 4 in a row. Ooh. You can see here, that big right one right there just really put a hurting on Jake.
Dr. Shonaway is looking at it. The cut might be too severe to allow him to continue. Oh, in fact, the corner of Rumble Johnson were the first ones to point it out.
There's no quit.
They're going to let him fight.
There's no quit in Jake Rosholt.
Jake's face is bloody. The blood is poured down onto his chest. A big kick from Rumble Johnson. Right hand by Jake Rosholt. Johnson trying to hold him at bay with the left. Jake's not going anywhere.
Boy, there's another big shot from Rumble. Oh, he's got Jake back in the corner again.
Kevin Nix stands by another time when the fighters go through the ropes.
That was a big knee from Jake.
They're trying to get him to let go. Jake doesn't want to let go because he's afraid he's going to fall.
Rumble don't want to let go either. They're halfway out of the ring.
Now Kevin Nix will try to untangle Jake Rosholt out of the ropes. What an exciting, action-packed, and bloody second round this has been. Jake Rosholt with blood basically blinding him out of his left eye, still throwing big left hands.
Blood goes flying off of the face of Jake Rosholt every time Rumble lands one of those shots.
Big left kick by Rumble Johnson.
Well, he's found some lanes.
There's a right.
There's another one. There's a left that follows through.
This could be it right here, but again, Jake Rosholt digs that choke in. Slips right out of it.
Boy, that was dangerous for
a
moment.
They are both so sweaty and bloody, and
Rosholt has a cut underneath his left eye.
Those are big shots.
Left hands by Rumble.
Gash above his left eye. Now Jake's trying to get the ropes for some leverage here as we head to the closing moments of round number 2. Little hammer fist being used by Anthony Johnson.
Trying to score anything that he can here. And wow, Rumble Johnson.
What a performance by Johnson here in the second round, literally breaking this fight open, and you can see the blood just pouring out of the eye of Jake Rosholt. And now Kevin Nix is going to stand him up.
Looks like Rumble's got blood. I don't know if that's from Jake.
That's from Jake.
Yeah, I think he got some in his eye.
Now he can't see. This might be Jake's opportunity to get back in this fight. Oh, big kick by Rumble. Oh, down goes Jake.
That's it.
It's over.
Jake Rosholt went down on the big kick by Rumble Johnson, and he just couldn't take any more. A dominating, spectacular finish for Anthony Johnson.
Big night for Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Well, and Dale, you saw there in that second round, a lot of those kicks finally started to land for Rumble, and then he followed up with some big shots. There you have it right there. And well, that kind of put him on Dream Street there for a moment. Thought he was going to be okay, but his legs went out from underneath him, and you could see the smile on his face. He knew he got caught.
No quitting, Jake Rosholt.
No.
He would get up and get up and get up, but I think a great call by the referee there.
Hey, Dale, what does this say about the path for Rumble Johnson to try to get back in UFC?
All right, and if not, we'll be perfectly happy to have Rumble Johnson fight at Extreme Fight Night again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, I don't think Jake Rosholt is done either.
No, I don't think he is either. And Dale, I mean, 205 now for Rumble Johnson. I mean, whether he gets the next shot, whether it be in UFC or Bellator or another event, maybe back at Titan, I think we found the true weight class for Rumble Johnson.
Absolutely. I think we have for Jake Rosholt, too, and there's no shame to a loss to Rumble Johnson, who's on a streak.
Make some noise for these light heavyweight super fighters. What a battle. This bout ends at 4 minutes and 22 seconds into the second round. Your winner by KO out of the blue corner, Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Anthony, congratulations, man. You seem very comfortable in this weight. You seem on the fast track back to